I am Dr. Sujay, and welcome to Live with Sujay, Black Women Leaders. And we are always excited to have you share with us. But today we're extra excited, ignited, and delighted to have with us artist Faith Evans. Welcome.
Hi, thank you. Thank you for having me.
It's a pleasure to have you. And one of our previous guests, Crystal Brown,
Yes.
recommended me to you. And I was telling someone this show has been so wonderful to just learn about our sisters who are in this community and to meet and greet you and share some time. You have a fabulous history. You do some fabulous work in art and drawings. And we're going to look at some of those today. But just talk about Faith Evans, kind of. How did you get to the East End?
Okay, wow. All right. I got to the East End through these two. We can talk about them later.
Tell us who they are,
Okay.
yes.
So these are my beloved late grandparents.
Okay.
And they migrated here in the 1940s from Virginia to be farmers.
Yes.
And they started on the North Fork, Greenport area, which is where my father was born.
Okay.
And then, they eventually acquired their own land, and this sort of represents them in this story.
How wonderful. I was just traveling through Virginia, actually, for a conference, and we stopped in Petersburg, which was where my father was from.
Okay.
And it's just exciting when you kind of reconnect with your roots, even from an Amtrak, you know?
Oh, yeah.
So I'm sure this piece means a lot to you. What part of Virginia did they come from?
Powhatan.
Okay.
A lot of Evans in Powhatan.
Okay. Now, were you raised out on the East End?
Yeah, so my father was born and pretty much raised out here.
Yes.
And then my mother migrated from Jamaica.
Okay.
So they met on Long Island.
Okay.
And then they're still married to this day, 57 years.
Oh, how wonderful is that?
And they have 5 kids. I'm the middle child of 5.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is it the middle child syndrome, or do you feel balanced?
I don't know. I guess it varies.
Yes,
I definitely am a middle child.
Okay.
I make jokes about it myself.
Okay.
But no, I love being the middle child. I can choose to be one of the oldest kids or one of the youngest kids.
That's right. You're right in the middle.
I have 2 brothers and 2 sisters, and I'm the only one that can say that of my siblings.
Okay. So, that's true.
Yeah.
One of a kind, distinct.
Yes.
You went to school in California.
Yes.
Tell us where you finished.
Okay, so when I was born in East Hampton, raised out here.
Okay.
And this was like the late 80s.
Okay.
And I was always into art a little bit. So I wanted to go to art school.
Yes.
In the 80s, coming from, Black family, we're not paying for education for you to be an artist.
Exactly. I had the same thing with the performing artist.
Yes.
They were like, you're going to find something
You got to find
else.
a real job,
Yes.
do something to yourself. So I kind of packed up and moved to Los Angeles and went to Cal State Northridge. I said, well, let me just go to LA and see what I could do with my life. Because art was the only thing I had focused on.
Yes.
So when I knew I couldn't do that option, I had to kind of reinvent myself, figure out what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
So I graduated from college, got my bachelor's degree from Cal State Northridge, and then I just stayed up there and I worked in TV for many, many years behind the camera.
Okay. It's in production?
A lot of post-production.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. We have a very similar background.
Okay.
So my oldest son, though, just became an internal medicine doctor, but he knew in 6th grade that he wanted to be a doctor, and he followed his passion, and now he's 32. So it seemed like you in your childhood were attracted to art. You just had to navigate a way to make a living out of it.
Yeah, and at that time, we really didn't know, and there wasn't like mainstream media and the internet.
Exactly.
I had access to seeing Black artists and being even inspired by them because I didn't know they were out there.
Yes.
So even I remember my parents saying, "There's not many famous Black artists that we even know of.
Yes.
So we don't want you to be one of those that could possibly be an unknown and not make it. We don't want you to be a starving artist." So,
but now you're not starving.
Oh, no, not
and you're
at all.
doing some wonderful things. You are one of the names that we now will know. So you have some sketches and some artwork. We're going to look at some of those today. Can we just show some of her beautiful art? This show is about Black women leaders. Tell us who we're looking at there. What's this called?
This one is called Getting the Real Tea.
Okay.
A lot of people say, I want the tea, like gossip.
Yes.
All right, no gossip. So if you get into gossip and people's problems and drama, you're bringing that stress onto yourself.
Yes, you are.
And you're aging yourself.
Yes, you are.
So if you create your own piece, she's drinking the real tea, and if you see the tea bag, it says peace on it.
I love it.
I
love
light
it.
coming out.
Yes.
So she's minding her own business, drinking her tea, not worrying about what anyone else is thinking or saying, and she's in the clouds while she's doing it. That's why her shirt is like
Yes,
has
in the
clouds
clouds.
on it. It's
Okay.
loose fitting. She's just feeling free.
Oh, I'm gonna
And
have to
that's
use
sort of-
this. I do retreats for women,
Okay.
and it's about life balance and about
Okay.
drinking your own tea as
Oh,
opposed
I
to
love
getting
it.
to other teas.
Yes.
So we're
You
gonna
can
have
show
to
my
do some.
piece.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're gonna have to show your piece.
Yes.
Now tell us who this woman is.
This is called Feel in My Hair.
Feel in my hair.
Yes.
Okay.
I just love black, natural, curly hair.
Yes, yes.
And this represents a woman who is just feeling, it's a short bob, but
Yes.
it's full at the same time. I mean, shortcut and full at the same time.
And it's sassy, and I'm loving it. Now they have the hair act where people can have
Yes, the crown act.
the crown
yes.
act any way they want to wear their
Yep.
hair, which is so amazing.
Absolutely.
I love it. Let's see our next one. Now,
Okay.
this is not a female. Tell us who this man
This is the real Bass Reeves. Do you remember the show The Lone Ranger?
I do.
Okay, so me too.
Yes.
I date myself with that. But growing up watching Lone Ranger as a kid, it did not reflect a black man on a horse.
Mm-hmm.
As we got older, we learned that the show was inspired by the real Lone Ranger, which is Bass Reeves.
Okay,
He
where
a
was
black
he?
man.
Mm-hmm.
He was throughout the Midwest, and I can't remember the number, but he had like the highest arrests of any sheriff at the time. Like
Oh my
thousands.
gosh, Bass
He was
Reeves.
Bass Reeves.
Wow.
And I think there's even been shows on him and movies.
And that's why this show is so exciting because we're learning history about each other, but we're learning history about people we didn't know who are now coming to life through your art, through other means. So it's amazing. And we also have a celebration of Black culture on the East End to do very much that same thing. We do it in July, and this year it's July 3rd. This is 2025. I'm not sure where the show will air, but it's a chance for us to learn our history, and we're going to be celebrating the 75th anniversary of the Sag Harbor Hills Association.
Excellent.
So it's a way for us to know each other and the people we did not know that are important to our culture.
Absolutely.
So what was a turning point for you when you knew that art, not only were you an artist, but your art can make people come alive and you can make a living doing this?
The turning point, I think it was my very first gallery show in 2023.
Okay, where was that?
I've been doing this for years.
That's
but
not.
I'm a
that's
late
2
bloomer.
years.
It's
Wow.
only been 2 years, and I lost count of how many shows I've been in. It's been a real blessing.
Yes.
But yeah, once I got into a show, I realized, oh my gosh, people like my art. Because just to give you a quick context, it's like the way I describe my art journey is it's like you're walking on the beach of life, right?
Yes.
The beach is beautiful, but sometimes you have a storm, and you're still walking, you're still on that beach, you're staying on the coast, the shoreline, and then one day you trip on something, and then you see what it is, you open it up, it's a treasure full of all this beautiful, like, treasure.
Yes.
My art is the treasure in my life.
Oh, that is a great analogy.
Yeah,
Because I love the beach, number one.
Yes.
But I can see that life is a beach. Yeah.
But then I stumbled on this beach and didn't realize I had this skill and this gift inside of me. Even though I was doing art as a kid, it wasn't to the skill level. I wasn't doing portraits. I wasn't drawing faces. Which are very hard to do. I wasn't doing anything, even with a pencil.
Yes.
Just painting and like.
So now you have your sketch pad, right?
Yeah.
You have it. Let's open to see one of them.
Okay.
Like faces are hard to do.
Yeah.
So show us one of the things that you've been working on and kind of how it came out.
Show. I can do.
Give us two of them.
Two? All right.
A quick two.
I don't know what to show. They're all my favorite babies. But
Okay,
I'll
well,
show
this will
this
be my
one.
favorite
I don't know where
baby today.
the camera.
Okay, so we'll hold it right here.
So I'm really big on kids learning early to love themselves.
Yes.
And this is like sort of almost finished, but this is a little girl about to get on the school bus.
Okay.
And she is checking herself in the mirror first.
Oh, she's got a crown.
She's got a crown on.
Okay.
I want her to know she is a princess.
A princess.
Before she walks out that door.
That's right, because I'm a queen and she's the princess.
Absolutely.
I'm the queen of everything.
Yeah,
I love it.
Yeah, and then the hearts on her sweater represent her love for herself. It's a reminder to love herself.
So everything in your art has a meaning.
Everything.
I love it, down to the hearts on her shirt.
Yes.
How beautiful is that? The way her hair is parted, her hair is coming, and then the crown. How wonderful. Share another one with us.
Sure.
Because I also understand you have illustrated a children's book.
I did. It's called Jehoda.
Jehoda.
And the author, his name is Geechee. He's from the Geechee Gullah tribe.
Yes.
And I don't want to give away too much for the story, but it's about colonizers coming into their community, promising X, Y, and Z,
Uh-huh.
but they're really doing ABC.
Is
And
the book
so-
out now?
The book is not out. We are in the process of working that through. If
Okay.
people want to pre-order it, though, they
Mhm.
can email me.
I love it. I love
it's
it.
a
We're
great
gonna
book.
see that.
It's a
Yeah.
great book.
So let's see
Oh,
one other.
Okay, it's hard to
piece of your
decide.
work.
They're all my
So
babies.
as you're looking
It's like
through that, we're
choosing
gonna
my
put a
favorite.
couple of more on the screen that
Okay,
you've sent,
sure. Fantastic.
because your artwork. Okay. Oh, now we're with a cowgirl.
Oh yeah, that was actually featured at the fundraiser yesterday.
Okay, so now there was a fundraiser at Estia's for the
For the Bridgehampton Child Care Center. Yes, it was
And so
awesome.
it was awesome.
Amazing, yeah.
Okay.
A lot of art was sold. Some
Oh
are
my-
still available online, including this piece.
Okay, and how do people find you online?
I guess they could go to the center's website.
Okay.
And everything should
Okay,
be
so
there.
tell us about that cowgirl
Okay,
that we just saw.
This drawing was done like 2 years ago,
Mhm.
before the whole Beyonce singing
Okay,
about.
yes, yes.
I feel like it's called Untold Parts. I feel like some people forget there's a part of America where there are Black men and women on horses all the
Yes,
time.
Yes.
Rodeos or just cowboys, you know.
They used to have a cowboys come through Harlem at a certain point because people were like, there were
Yes.
cowboys?
Yes.
You know, Black cowboys? So
Yes.
that's amazing. So this is a cowgirl. Was it in
Yeah.
a particular state that this was happening, or you just were
I
drawing?
didn't
Okay.
create a state, but
Mhm.
she is indigenous to America
Yes,
too. Which
yes.
the feathers in her ears represent.
Yes, and we're in an
Um,
indigenous community out
yes,
here. Yeah,
yes.
the Shinnecock.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. So
How
I wanted to showcase that, let people
Okay.
know, you know,
I love
they're still
it.
out there.
Let's see, Zach. Let's see some
Okay.
other. We have some tremendous production team here. Let's see the rest
Yeah,
of
they're
the.
great.
Now, who is this
Okay,
man? He's
so
fine, first of all.
Everybody says that.
He's fine. I want to know him.
What's so funny? Everyone's like, "Ooh, who's that Faith? I like him." I'm like, I created him out of my brain.
Okay,
I
well,
didn't
tell your
have
brain to give
photo.
him my number.
Oh,
okay?
yeah, maybe see if I can make him come into human form. Just kidding.
Oh.
A lot of the faces I created out of my brain. I have a series called Question Everything. So
Mm.
this is the first drawing of 3, where he's kind of pondering like the whole world.
Yes.
Which we all kind of are in it. We're in
Yes.
some interesting times right now. So he's just thinking about life, and you know the scribblies around him is the confusion.
Yes.
But he's trying to get some clarity of what's going on in the world. So he's got a question mark with the globe next to him.
I love
He's
it.
thinking.
Yeah, I love
So-
it. Can we see the next one as well? Let's just
Okay.
see. Now
I
this
love
is
this
one of
kid.
my favorites.
Yeah,
I have
this-
2 sons, so I love
Aw,
boys. I love boys.
yes.
Tell us who we're looking
He's got
at.
his beautiful, big, innocent eyes. He's questioning history.
Yeah.
What was he taught in school? What was real? What was accurate?
Oh,
As
my
you know, a lot of
goodness.
things we weren't taught that
Yes.
we're learning now.
Yes.
And he has the option. He can go outside and play with his baseball, which we want him to do that.
Yes.
Or should he be questioning history? He shouldn't have to question history. He
Mm.
should be outside playing baseball, not having to worry about what's real and what's true.
I love it.
But he's got the books right there.
So let me ask you a
Yeah.
question. How does questioning, as you raised that question, how does AI impact what you do now? Because, you know,
That's a great question. I have to be honest, I'm staying away from AI right now.
okay, so
It
you're
might be
just
my
doing the
age.
real deal.
I do the real deal. I probably could use AI to help me with certain things, but a lot of the art I do, I just want all of it to come from within,
Yes.
and I don't want AI to translate any of that.
You want to be authentically from
Everything is
you.
authentic. I have to think if people, I'm an introvert. If
Yes.
people want to know me, just study my art pieces. That's who I
Okay.
am.
Okay.
But yeah, so I'm not totally into the AI
But that's, yeah,
universe.
no, but
I may be one day,
exactly.
but right now.
So
that's
I'm
not.
going to pick my favorite.
Oh, okay.
out
So
of
why don't
here.
you? There's
Okay.
yeah. Go ahead.
There's
'cause it's hard
several.
for
I'm
me.
going to find one that there's
Okay.
several in here.
Let's skip that. This
Okay.
is just-
Is that a clothing line? I want to develop
Yeah,
a
it was
clothing
like
line.
outfit.
Okay,
Oh,
this
you haven't
one.
seen the other two though, but
Ah, no.
that's okay.
Let's look at this, Zach. I
Okay.
want to just show you. Now, tell us, this is a princess or a queen?
This is similar to the one you just saw with the little girl.
Uh-huh.
This is the Crown series, which is Don't Forget Your Crown. That's the
Yes.
title. I've done 4 pieces, so you're looking at the second of 4 in that book
Wow.
that I haven't showed anyone. And she's staring at herself. In this, she's not wearing a crown, but in the mirror she is.
Okay.
So she's about to go out somewhere, and she needs to look at herself as a queen, the queen that she is.
Wow.
No matter how she's feeling inside. And I like to add a little
Mhm.
hints about it with the flowers. They're blossoming on her shirt.
Yes.
Like that's even a message for her that you are blossoming.
The seed's already
Yeah.
been sown.
Yes,
So
you
you
are
have to-
beautiful.
Yes.
The message is even in the clothes you wear.
Yes.
So see your crown in the mirror.
I'm
that's
loving it.
Yeah.
What is a highlight of your life in terms of your artistic world? And then, of course, you're a mom and you love your daughters.
Oh, yes.
So
yes,
tell us about the personal
Mhm.
side of you a highlight, and then an artistic side of you in highlight.
Personal side. The personal side is being able to discover my art at a late age in life. I'm in my 50s now, and I discovered this a few years ago. Like, most people are artists and they do their path and there's the skill, hone in on it. I didn't know I was an artist until a few years ago.
And what was the turning point? How did you discover you were an artist?
Okay, all right, that's a great question. It's very magical to me.
Okay.
It was right around the pandemic. I was working for a billionaire for 12 years, a famous billionaire, running his home office. And when everything shut down, we were all in our homes.
Yes.
Like kind of doing nothing.
Right.
And it was the first time in years I got time with my daughters because I was working 10-hour days. Not the first time, but
in a long time. Yes.
Long term. So we were having the best time together during that time in 2020. And I said to them, I'm going to write a memoir. I really believe in that. I think everyone should write a memoir.
Yes, I agree.
Because I'm going to be gone one day.
Right.
I want my kids to have a book that they can hand to their kids and their kids. And they should write memoirs.
Exactly.
So that our legacy goes on. Exactly. Our descendants know where they came from.
Exactly.
Like, I kind of wish I knew who in my family has the DNA to be an artist. Because I know it came from somebody, but I don't know.
Exactly.
So I was writing this memoir starting from kindergarten in East Hampton. And chapter by chapter, I was just writing different things. Then I got to a chapter, I called it art, because I was like, oh, I remember I used to like art. So I started writing the chapter on art, and I couldn't stop typing. And my heart was welling and beating, and I was getting emotional. Like, this feels very nostalgic. Like, and I stopped writing on that chapter, and I said to my daughter, can I borrow your sketch pad and pencil? I just want to do something. And she's an artist.
Yes.
She's third year in the art school.
Wow.
And she's amazing.
Okay. And what's her name? So we can.
Her name is Elise.
Okay, well, listen out for her.
She's amazing.
Okay.
She actually gives me lots of pointers on my art. So I started drawing one day, and she said, sure, Mom, you can have my sketchbook. Because she said intuitively she knew it was time.
Okay.
She said, Mom, you've always been an artist. You used to help me with my homework with art. And me and Delani knew you were an artist. We would tell you, and you're like, no, I'm not. So one day I just started drawing, and I just couldn't stop. Page after page. And this was one of the drawings that came out of that.
Oh, my goodness.
This was the very first.
This is in your 50s you did this?
Late 40s.
Okay.
But I'm in my 50s now, yes.
Yeah, but look at that. That's amazing. So you just started drawing, and this came out.
This was the very first portraits I've ever done. This was a photograph.
My goodness.
I made up the back, of course.
Yes.
And I felt like I was divinely guided. Like, it's almost like I could feel where to move the pencil. It was magical.
Wow. There's a woman named Gatsby Greeley in Atlanta who the same thing happened for her in her 50s, and she started sketching. She said divinely guided. So you guys have to meet each other.
I would love to meet her.
Yes.
And all my work is divinely guided.
And she was in television first, on air, and now she's just started putting.
That is amazing.
Oh yeah, I have to introduce.
We've got to connect.
Yeah, definitely.
I haven't met anyone that can connect to the story.
Oh, isn't that amazing? So later in life, so COVID stopped the world, but it started something in you.
It did.
And that passion from childhood came alive.
It came alive, and it redirected my course in life altogether. Because I come from corporate America. I worked in TV advertising for many years, radio advertising.
Yes.
Then for this billionaire. So I was doing corporate in front of a computer for years. At a desk. But now the art has led me to youth.
Yes.
I work for a teen helpline. When I started drawing, I offered free time in the libraries to do art workshops with teens.
Oh, how amazing.
Around the pandemic, after things started opening up. And that led me to being on the helpline. And then art also led me to working with teens at the center.
Oh, wow. So can any teen who feels they're in trouble contact you through an 800 number? Or?
Yeah, it's the number I can say to.
Yeah, please. Yeah, helpline for teens. We want to make sure all teens, tell us what that number is.
Yeah, it's 631-810-9010.
Okay, say it one more time. This is for a teen helpline.
Yes, it's called Youth Connect.
Youth Connect. If you're in trouble and you're a teen, say this number one more time.
631-810-9010.
All right, 631-810-9010. That's important to know. And it's called Youth Connect.
Youth Connect, 7 days a week.
All right, 7 days a week.
7 days a week. It's 9 a.m. to 11 p.m. but we still get back to people after hours.
That's amazing. So thanks for sharing that.
Of course.
So you used the word redirected.
Yes.
And so sometimes people think their rejection is rejection, but sometimes life has a redirection for you.
Yes.
So COVID stopped things and stopped you from doing one thing, but that's not a no. That's just for a timeout so that you could find the real place that you wanted to go.
Yes.
Yeah, I love that. I love that. What else happened for you in terms of during that COVID period?
Yes.
So you put pencil to paper
Yeah.
and started sketching. Do you use any other kind of, do you use oil or just?
So I love oil painting.
Okay.
I can oil paint.
Mm-hmm.
I choose pencil though over oil paint.
It's so beautiful.
Thank you.
It's so beautiful. We had Michael Butler on, who you also know.
I do know him, yes.
And you know, who uses oil and color.
Mm-hmm.
But so we're filled and surrounded by a lot of artists.
Yes.
So are there any gallery showings in the works? I know you did Estia's recently, but is there something in the wings?
What's interesting, I've been doing a lot of curating lately.
Okay.
So
tell us what a curator actually does.
Okay, a curator takes people's art and creates an art show or an exhibit.
Okay.
I will hang all the art for a show
Mm-hmm.
or gallery.
Mm-hmm.
And then people can come in and just see the work, buy the work. It's what we want them to do.
Okay. Now, how does the place, the gallery or the museum, how do they give you permission to curate?
Well, what's great, because this is the way I feel, the more I stick with my art, doors just open for me.
I love
They
it.
just reach out to me.
Yes.
I haven't, I probably could make more time for that, but
Mhm.
I haven't aggressively gone out to
But it comes
reach
to
out.
you.
It just comes to me.
I love
So
it.
galleries have called me. Other people have called me to do this and that project. Another artist, he's a
Mhm.
former NBA player. He asked me to
Yes.
do his solo show, which is coming up.
Oh my goodness.
So it's just
of work
been-
that he's done.
Oh yeah, he's
Oh wow.
super talented.
That is so amazing. So I always ask people,
Yes.
A plus B plus C equals success.
Okay.
In your life, what was the formula, the A plus the B plus the C, and do you feel successful?
I do feel successful because I feel like now I'm living out my purpose.
Mm.
And the A is listening to your heart. I'm so big on that.
Listening to your heart. I love
Quiet
that.
all the noise around you, the opinions,
Yes.
even the ugly opinions that you give yourself.
Yes.
Ignore all that. Don't
love
even
it.
fight the thoughts. Just ignore them.
Ignore
They're not real.
them.
Then they lose their power.
Yes. Listen to your heart.
Quiet and then you really will learn and get to know yourself
Mhm.
by doing that. And
Okay,
then you'll know what your passion is. It sounds easier said than done.
But you have to
takes
do
practice
it. Yeah.
and prayer and all of that.
People,
So
I'm
that's
on the
big.
road a lot, and people will say, you
Yeah.
know, what are you going to do when you go home? I'm like, nothing.
Yeah.
Like, I just need to be still
Yeah.
and listen. I said catching up with myself is what I call it, because I have to listen to what my heart is telling me that's important for right now.
Absolutely.
So that's your A, listening to your heart. What's your
Yes.
B?
Listening to my heart is my A, yeah.
Mhm.
What is my B? My B is, putting into practice what you're being called, what you're feeling you should do.
I love it.
Listening to what your body's, like when I was typing
Mhm.
about art on that memoir,
Yes.
my heart was fluttering. I'm like, okay, this is a sign. This is
Yes.
a sign I'm supposed to be doing something.
Yes.
So taking action to what you're hearing your heart tell you.
Oh,
is
I
the
love
next
that.
step.
Listening to your heart, taking the action.
Yes.
Okay. And C?
And then C is just everything just blossoming, just waiting, watching everything fall into place.
Mhm.
And
So that's really your calling. That's your purpose.
That's how I feel. And it was funny to me, both of my children, I feel like they both have a purpose in life and many amazing purposes. I already believe that. But I feel like part of their purpose was also to wake me up to where I'm at. Because, my older daughter has been an artist since age 4, and I've nurtured that. My other daughter, who's at Howard, she's loved children since a young age, and she's studying elementary education.
I love it.
So I think they were both supposed to be in my life to remind me I'm supposed to be working with kids and art as well.
Wow.
And
Isn't that amazing?
they're gonna go places, and I'm gonna be able to watch them and we'll work together. I just love how the three of us have kind of created this nice trifecta.
And you're able to watch each other unfold.
Yeah, I'm watching them. I'm like, I'm taking a back seat. You guys do your thing.
Yes.
They're so inspiring to me.
That's great.
Yeah.
Well, your work is inspiring to us.
Thank
you know, I'm a minister as well as a
Yes.
talk show host, and so people associate calling just with ministry, but life purpose is calling. Like, what are you being called to do with your life?
Yeah.
What do you want your legacy to be in our last minute or so?
My legacy.
Yeah, what would you hope your legacy will be?
Wow. I strongly believe that people remember who you are by the way you make them feel.
Oh, that's a Maya Angelou quote right there.
Exactly. And I love working with children because they are our future.
Yes.
So I never want a kid to not feel loved. I don't care what they're going through. Even if it's through my art. I had a teen tell me once, one of her drawings helped her so much, and that was gold to me.
Wow.
It's the one I think I brought. It's the one, the crying girl.
Really? Can we see just a few more of her photos before we go out here?
Let's pick up girl with a smile she's got a tear, but this one is about questioning everything.
Okay.
That's listening to your heart.
Listening to your heart. Yeah. Okay, let's go to the next one.
That's the one. So a teenager told me this helps her so much.
What's this entitled?
This one is called it's called Self-Love Part 3.
Okay.
But to explain it real fast, she's basically it's called Realization.
Realization.
I did this a few years ago. She's realizing for the first time that all the negative thoughts she's had about herself are not true.
Oh.
So she's crying a tear of joy, and she's like holding her face. And there's several hearts within the drawing. I don't know if you can see them, the shape. She's loving herself right now. She's finally loving herself. She's letting go of all the lies that she thought.
I need to take you on my retreat because it's about self-love and self-care. I want you. Come on to come. Okay. So thank you so much for sharing. Yes. This is Faith Evans, artist, beloved, who is doing amazing work. She's given us information about Youth Connect, the helpline for young people. But we've had a chance to get a glimpse into her life through her artwork. Extraordinary. She discovered her calling during COVID, later in life. And so it's never too late. I say this, dreams do not have an expiration date. So hold on to your dream, keep it alive, keep hope alive. This has been Live with Sujay, and we're all the way live and in living color. Thank you for sharing this time with us. Until next time, be well and stay true to your dream. Listen to your heart.
That's right.